Talk to you. Let's go. Let's talk to Irene. Irene is calling us about a custody issue.
Irene from North Hollywood. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
What's your favorite restaurant in North Hollywood?
Restaurant?
Yeah.
You know, I just moved to North Hollywood, so I don't know what's really out here.
Oh, okay.
But,
well, we're going to give you dinner for two at a restaurant of our choice if you call the 800 number after 5 and leave your callback information, and we'll send that out to you. So you can figure out. We'll send you to one of our favorite restaurants.
Okay, great.
It's going to. In fact, we're going to send you to Barney's in Santa Monica.
Wow, really? That's great.
Looks
and
good
I
to
can
me.
take my son.
Okay, so.
So what can we do for you, Irene?
Okay, the reason why I'm calling is because recently I lost temporary custody of my son, which is 12 years old. He had went into the foster care, but now that my daughter, she stepped up, to the plate, and she's 32, and she's, have custody of him. Well, I go back to court on the 23rd, and now they're saying they're thinking about giving my daughter full guardianship over my son. So the reason why they took him out is because he was diagnosed with depression, and they wanted me to give him these pills, Zoloft and Paxil and everything, and I refused to give it to him because he was having suicidal thoughts after he started taking them. So they told me that I should have been doing what the therapist and the psychologist told me to do, and they took him out of my custody. So anyway, he's been out for about a year now, and he hasn't had no depression or no anything, So I wanted to know that if they decide to give my daughter guardianship over my son, and once the case is going to be closed, they said the case will be closed for the Children's Department of Social Services. Is there any way that I can go and reopen that file and go to maybe a family court or something where I can get my son back? Just because once she has him, it'll just be between me and her.
Let me ask you a question. So you're in the family dependency court? Is that where you're at?
Yes, the children's court. Yeah.
All right, and you've had a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes.
And you've had a lawyer. They've appointed a lawyer to represent your son.
Yes.
And I take it your daughter's got a lawyer too?
No, they didn't give her one.
Okay, but she wants to have custody of your son.
Yes.
Do you have visitation rights?
Yes, but they're monitored.
Okay.
Well, monitored by whom?
Her.
By your daughter?
Okay.
My daughter, yeah.
There's probably a lot to this case that needs to be shared. You've got a lawyer. Have you sat down with your lawyer and talked about all the pros and cons of your options? I mean,
yeah, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I think I'm entitled to a trial, but they never gave me take it to trial or anything because I wanted to explain to them the situation. Because it all started with the school. He wasn't going to school. He said he didn't want to go to school because, I don't know. He just said he was depressed.
Why didn't they get a trial on this thing? Usually there'd be a hearing.
Okay, one day, I'm a diabetic. So one day I went there, and you sit in court practically all day sometimes. That particular day, I got up and I didn't have anything to eat. I got sick and I left.
So
that was the day the attorney said that they were going to set it for trial.
Okay.
But they didn't. They said I guess they can't go back, but I want to know why they can't go back. It was not out of my control. I just got sick.
Are you working now, or?
No, I'm not working at all.
Are you able to go and hire another attorney to get a
No, I can't. I have no money to hire no attorney.
Can you go see I don't even know if the public defender, maybe legal aid?
Yeah, there used to be, and there still may be, representation through legal aid foundations. You might look there in the Valley in North Hollywood. Where's the court that you have to go to? Is it downtown or is it in the Valley?
No, it's in Monterey Park.
Monterey Park.
It's a large
East Lake.
It's the big court.
Yeah.
The answer to your question is probably not simple. It sounds like at the time they were either going to have the hearing, you weren't there for medical reasons. You should go back to your lawyer. I'm sure there's some kind of motions they can file. and try and get it reopened. Has he or she tried that?
No, she haven't, but I'm going to ask her when I go on the 25th.
Yeah, I would I would go before.
Next month.
I would make an appointment to see your lawyer. Your lawyer probably has an office outside of the courthouse. Is probably on a panel, and they get a number of cases. I would want to make an appointment way before the date and sit down with a lawyer that represents you, doesn't represent your child, and is appointed to represent you and your rights, and sit down in an office area. Bring a friend too, if you need someone to help you explain what's going on, because a lot of times, it's nice to have someone who you trust besides your lawyer sitting there and listening to this stuff, so that you can make sure that you're hearing, that what you heard is what was said, and talk about it not in the courtroom when you're down there, because then it's too late, but figure out in the next couple of weeks exactly what's up and what you can do, and know what your options are before you go to that hearing. And the answer is, I suspect subsequently, if there are a change of circumstances in regards to custody for a 12-year-old, the courts always have jurisdiction to modify things on a change of circumstances. So the answer is, yeah, down the line you can probably do something, but you need to know now whether you can do something now. And I would go back to the attorney who's representing you way before the hearing and see if you can get some answers that help you out, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, Irene. Thank you for calling Legal Help Live. We appreciate the call. And don't forget to call after 5 o'clock, 1-800-405-4222. Give your contact information to the receptionist so that we can get you dinner for 2.
Okay, great.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Irene.
Bye.
Okay,
let's go to the next caller.
Yeah, we got another call. Let's take another
we have
call.
a lot of calls. Let's take the next
one.
So we're going to put you on Legal Help Live. This is Ralph and Steve, and we're going to go to our next caller
now. Right now. Charlene, where are you calling from, Charlene?
Santa Monica.
Okay, what can we do for you this afternoon?
Well, I have had a problem for 11 years with law enforcement after me, and at that time I was homeless, and I lost everything I had, and I made a few mistakes. I passed a couple of bad checks, which of course were paid back. Ever since then, they've been after me.
Who's
now
they?
They're trying.
Charlene, who's they?
Yes.
Charlene, who is they?
Law enforcement.
Okay, is it local police or is it federal police?
It's federal.
Okay, so it's the FBI is looking for you.
The FBI and helping them is
U.S. Marshals, probably.
No, it's from Palm Desert in around Palm Springs.
All right, so that'd be the sheriff's department down there.
Yes.
Okay, so you're basically on the lam. You're hiding out.
No, I'm not hiding out. I have an apartment in Santa Monica for 10 years here.
Okay.
I didn't mean on a Section 8.
Okay. So
and I've been up and up on everything.
All right.
I've taken care of all my bills. I worked on my credit. I did all that. And all I have is a one-bedroom apartment, and I have not been left alone. They have tried. They went through all my friends. They've contacted all my relatives.
Charlene, why are they doing this? What are they after? Why are they doing this?
They want to get me.
Well, is there a warrant out for your arrest?
No.
How do you know that?
Because they're in the building. They have apartments in the building here.
Oh, the federal agents have apartments in the building?
Yes.
Okay.
One is right on the floor.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let us think about it for a couple of minutes. We're going to go to break now, and when we come back from break, we'll talk about these issues, okay? So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Charlene. As my partner says, we've got to take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to you. We'll be discussing Charlene's case, and we'll be taking calls at 1-800-405-4222. And remember, everybody who calls in today, we're going to give a gift certificate for two for dinner at a restaurant of our choosing.
And during the break, it's a good time to call the number that's up on the screen and get in line if you have a question that you want us to discuss. And we'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more